You definitely want to check out the secret area of Chapter 5, as it rewards you with one of the best armor sets in the game. Besides just looking amazing, it grants focus upon taking damage. Wearing 2 pieces of the armor set provides extra defense, but the main reason why you want to grab it early is because it has double the armor defense of legendary sets. I'll also show you where you can grab a really unique spirit where you have to grow it, as well as a gourd that has burn resistance and immunity from lava-covered terrain, which really helps out in Chapter 5. Also where you can find this really nice hidden transformation, as it's part of the quest to access the secret area, as well as a hidden boss where you gather items for it. For the spirit and the gourd, we'll be starting off at the Webbed Hollow Upper Hollow Shrine to get to the Verdure Bridge. The Upper Hollow Shrine is one of the first shrines that you'll start off at in the Webbed Hollow. You can check the timeline below if you already have the next shrine. If you don't have the drink that provides a speed buff when consuming it, it really helps out to just run past a lot of enemies. It's found on Chapter 3 at the house where you first find the Watermelon Man that's surrounded by bats. If you just take a left from there, you'll find a pond where you can find the drink. You just want to take a left, cross the bridge, and then head straight to where you see those 2 little pagodas. Inside you'll find 5 chests. One of them contains the gourd, which really helps out in Chapter 5, since nearly all the enemies and bosses use lava damage. Head a little further up from there to find the Amourworm boss. Once you defeat him, you want to bring the Proto-Amourworm to Chen in the secret area of Chapter 3.
An Amourworm? I've only laid eyes on such a thing but once in the court.
He'll plant it in one of the baskets where you harvest the seeds at. In order to grow the Amourworm, you have to feed him 3 rice cocoons. It's a rare drop from destroying the cocoons in the Webbed Hollow. But after you complete Chapter 4, you're rewarded with an accessory that increases your drop rates, which should really help out with finding them. Once you feed him 3, you want to rest and then return to collect the spirit. So the spirit's really good for the poison build, as it increases critical hit chance while in a poison state for the passive. The transformation spreads poison around the area and does damage with the body slams. Once you complete Chapter 4, you can craft the Centipede Armor. It's got the unique effect of increasing attack after defeating an enemy. With 2 armor pieces equipped, it massively reduces damage from poison, but with 4, it significantly increases attack while suffering from poison. Equipping the Death Stinger to poison yourself every time you use the gourd, and this is a really high damage build that just melts everything pretty fast. I think it's pretty good because I didn't die to one single boss on Chapter 5 with it. For the sparks, I have most of the stamina maxed out, left side of martial arts, then surging momentum maxed out for the extra attack damage, spiritual awakening for the extra mana to convert to damage with spellbinder, wrathful might for the extra critical hit damage, and wrathful escalation for the increased crit hit chance. For the staff stances, I just went for the basic maxed out, then the pillar stance. Only Spellbinder activated since it disables all the other abilities. Nothing into transformation since they don't last too long. It's just better to have the attributes into something that you'll be able to use all the time. Also dropped a lot of Mind Cores into mana, bringing mine up to 450, since that gets converted into damage from Spellbinder. To find the Horse Guai's first location, you want to start off in Chapter 1 at the Bamboo Grove, Back Hills. You want to head down the stairs, taking your first left to find the cave where he's at. Exhaust this dialogue, then head to Chapter 2, Sandgate Village, Village Entrance. If you haven't unlocked the doors yet, you just have to go around to the right. He only pops up here once you've found him in his first location, by the way.
I just want a word with your king!
His next location is in Chapter 3 at the Thunderclap Temple. It's a similar path to the Fox side quest, but this time you just want to take it left when you come up the stairs.
No more journey now. My king is suffering, yes.
After that, you'll find him in Chapter 4 at the Bonevault Shrine. If you don't have it yet, you want to start at the To Verdure Bridge. Taking this path all the way down will eventually lead you to the Centipede boss fight. Behind the pit where the Centipede is at, you'll find him in a cocoon this time. You want to break him out and then exhaust his dialogue again. We'll find him again on the path to the secret area in Chapter 5.
Grim and dire is this land.
Should our paths cross at the Flaming Mountains, we'll toast to our reunion.
To start the secret area side quest in Chapter 5, pretty early on in the chapter you'll arrive at the Ashen Pass 1. There'll be a Minataur fighting some monsters. You just want to skip fighting those enemies for now and just pass them up and head up the stairs. You want to first take out the cart that's dropping these fireballs on your head. After you take him out, you want to head up to the Camp of Seasoned Shrines to rest. Then you want to head back down. You want to defeat the Minataur, which is pretty easy. He's got a 5-move combo that's pretty slow, and then afterwards he gets exhausted. Take out the rest of the enemies surrounding him, and then talk to him to exhaust his dialogue. He'll send you on a quest to destroy these carts.
Lad, it can't be you.
After you take out the first iron cart up top, eventually you'll reach the bronze cart during the main storyline. Once you take that out, you want to head back to where you found the Minataur. This time it'll be by the edge of the cliff. Exhaust his dialogue again.
I
I tolerate no evil under my nose. Neither does my axe.
A little further up during the storyline, you'll come across the silver cart. If you don't see the Minataur fighting him at this point, you just want to head back to where you first found him, and then exhaust his dialogue. After that, eventually you'll arrive at the Valley Entrance Shrine. From here you can do a panic drop off the cliff. You can get a spirit with a pretty hilarious move and a Kunsteel. Heading straight from there, the horse cart is to the right near the falling lava. But if you just head straight here first, you'll find another spirit, the Flint Cheif. That turns into a giant rock to deflect as the activation. He also drops a unique item that you need in order to craft a weapon. After that, teleport back to the valley to find the horse Guai. Take that all the way down this time and then just hang a right. He'll be surrounded by a bunch of enemies you have to take out first. You want to pull the whip a few times, and then once you take out the Keeper of the Flaming Mountain, you want to come back here and pull the whip once more. Pretty sad story, but once you do that, you get a new awesome transformation.
In death, I desire but a complete and final cessation. It has lingered for you for too long. It's yours now. My journey of life. Fleeting.
Once you build up his focus all the way, his heavy attack creates a circle of lightning, which is pretty good for any enemies that don't move around too much. The main storyline will bring you to Ashen Pass 3. You want to take a right here first to get a unique hat and a spirit. You just want to be careful not to stand in the AoE on the ground. After taking out the shroom, hit up the meditation spot nearby. From Ashen Pass 3, now you want to head this way to progress. You'll encounter a giant ball that you have to avoid by going into little cubby holes on the side. This will go on for quite a while until you reach a cutscene. Follow the fox to the next shrine, then head back to where the flame wall was, which was just blown out. Behind that flame will lead you to the secret area, but there are two bosses with spirits that you do want to collect on the way. One is the Flint Vanguard, which you definitely want this one because its passive reduces fire damage. The other one is a hidden boss that you have to collect 4 flame ores to activate. Those are found from these little worm creatures around the area. Once you have enough of those ores, you want to come back and you'll fight the Mother of Flames, which is a stationary boss, so the Horse Guai special works really great here. She'll just burrow and hide, and you'll have to fight the minions before she reappears. The passive is pretty good because without upgrading it, it moderately reduces cooldowns of all spells. Head a little further down until you reach the Cooling Slope Shrine, and that's where you'll find the last cart. This boss and all the other secret ones use a lot of fire, so that spirit and Gourd will really pay off here. There's also a vessel that you can get from ringing all the bells on Chapter 1, and that grants fire immunity for a short duration. You just want to watch out for the grab that he does, but besides that, he goes down pretty fast if you're using this build. Head into the cave, but before going into the center, which will teleport you in, you should face the frog boss that's nearby. You just want to be careful of the grab. Seems I get grabbed by just about everything in this game, but you would be missing out on some pretty cool animations if you're really good at dodging at this game. After taking out the frog, head to the center of the cave to teleport to the secret area. There'll be a bunch of enemies in here, but the path is pretty straightforward. Eventually you'll reach the first boss, which is the ball that you encountered on the way here. The guy seems to deal a little bit more damage and has a lot of long combos. You want to watch out for the ball drop that does a lot of fire damage on the ground. So when I first started the game, I was using the pillar stance, just thinking it looked really cool. And then swapping it out, thinking it was just too slow for my taste, and not really liking the combo attack. Once I got the long staff and started using it again, it's pretty damn overpowered. It's got some crazy good defense, can avoid a lot of attacks, and a lot of the bosses do ground attacks on Chapter 5, which it totally neutralizes it. The focus attack also seems a lot easier to hit on targets compared to the thrusting stance, which could be a little bit hard to hit on enemies with odd hitboxes. The last boss, you just want to try and stay near his backside, which can be pretty easy to do when he charges. With this high damage build, it's pretty easy to stun and stagger bosses too. I hope this video helps you out. Thanks for watching, take it easy, and I'll catch you on the next one.